Four hosts, they bout to wreck shit like Marco. Addicted to the Giants like it's Netflix and Narcos. The CEO making big moves as per usual. Captain Negative calling everybody delusional. This podcast is number one. Like when you take a piss, so share the link and pass it. Like Benjamin making splits and Mr. Make-A-Wish, the sophisticated click. I spit offensive lines, now Tim can take a sip of some beer because he likes the taste of it, right? Don't forget the New York Giants beat the Patriots twice. The sickest dudes, eating chips and salsa like it's Victor Cruz. Win or lose, always gonna root for Big Blue. It's true. This a classic show. Tyree, catch it, bro. Play a drinking game while you listen and call it Plaxico. Take a couple shots. If it's funny, you can rewind. To bleed blue means it's in their jeans like Levi's. Eli, man in the shit, just like a sailor. Captain, we attacking bum rush like Lawrence Taylor. Podcast on point, the sharpest arrows. BBG stay gritty like Mark Bavaro.
There we are. There we are.
Welcome, welcome. I gotta say, that's still the best intro in the game.
Yeah, I was just actually looking up. I never asked them the Benjamin making spliffs. I'm looking that up. It seems to be a Benjamin Franklin reference.
Yeah.
I did not know that he was big into the weed, the Ben Franklin.
There you go.
Did not know. So it is Wednesday, December. I can't believe it's already December 2nd. I have Justin on the line. You're talking to Marco. You're listening to the Bleed Big Blue podcast. And here we are. We have Seattle coming up on Sunday. And it is going to be a doozy, in my opinion, especially if Colt McCoy is going to strap on that chin strap, pat his helmet, run out there and hand the ball off to Wayne Gallman 55 times.
I mean, look, what struck me about the game on Sunday was just how much I grew to appreciate Daniel Jones by his absence. Right. I feel so bad for Daniel Jones because, he came in, he won his first game against Tampa Bay. It's a great performance. But then I felt like, and I include myself when I say the fan base, we wanted him to be so great right away to justify the 6th overall pick. What people felt like was a reach. And, all you have to do to see how good Daniel Jones is and just how much he brings to the offense currently is to look at what happens when they bring in his backup, Colt McCoy. I mean, the difference between the two is night and day. And if Daniel Jones were struggling the way that some people in the media like to portray him to struggle, that difference wouldn't be quite so obvious. Hopefully, Daniel Jones is a tough kid. Hopefully he'll be back in a few weeks and who knows, as crazy as it sounds, even with a loss to Seattle on Sunday, there's a world where we're still in the driver's seat in the NFC East.
All right, so a loss on Sunday isn't going to be. You hear that? I was getting echo. So I'm saying a loss on Sunday isn't going to be the worst thing in the world for the Giants, considering who the NFC East is going up against.
Right. Pittsburgh's going up against the Washington football team. The Eagles are going up against the Packers. And the Cowboys are
Steelers.
Hold on. Let me check.
Steelers, Baltimore, and I think Seattle.
Right. Yeah. So on Sunday, Baltimore plays the Cowboys next Tuesday. That's right. That was supposed to be the game that was tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And Baltimore, with Penn State's own Trace McSorley, gave Pittsburgh all they could handle despite being COVID depleted. So, the Cowboys, they're a game back. The Giants have the tiebreaker against the Redskins, and the Eagles are in shambles. So, I would say don't rush Daniel Jones back. Have him fresh for the following week against the Cardinals, a game that I feel like is very winnable, and try to make the best of it.
I absolutely hear you. But if the Giants actually do pull off an upset, if Colt McCoy is, with Colt McCoy, they're favored by the
what's the line?
10. Last I saw it was 10.
It was 10 with Colt McCoy. Wow. Shots fired at Colt McCoy.
Yeah. So it's a big test if they actually do look good against Seattle, because I think Seattle's a good team. Russell Wilson is dangerous. DK Metcalf is dangerous. It's weird saying that their defense is suspect, but they haven't been playing so well. But it shows me what the Giants team is. We're going up against a starting caliber quarterback, not backups, not NFC East quarterbacks. We're beating someone solid rather than just hanging tight. I'd like to see them win.
Yeah. Well, I think so. Not only is it a great test for the team, but I think you're going to learn a lot about this coaching staff based on how they play Sunday from a game plan and strategy standpoint, right? I mean, with a week to plan or center a game plan around Colt McCoy, if Joe Judge and Jason Garrett can develop a game plan that actually makes us competitive, I mean, that would just, for me, be the final thing that I would need to see if I wasn't already convinced that Joe Judge is the answer. And I love Joe Judge. Joe, if you're listening, we'd love to have you call in. I don't know if we have a number anymore, but reach out to Marco.
I don't think we have a number. I was actually looking into that. Regaining a number.
So, they gave us heart palpitations against the Bengals, right?
Too close for comfort for me.
Yeah, and that game was very, very close. But I was very now, granted, the Bengals' offense isn't very good, and they were going with a practice squad quarterback. But the idea that the defense could force 3 turnovers once they figured out that Colt McCoy wasn't going to score any points on his own for that particular Sunday, the idea that they could force 3 turnovers and make the difference in the game is encouraging to me. It's a step in the right direction for a defense that for far too long was just a sieve and would let anybody go down the field without much of a resistance or a counterpoint.
All right, so Gary O'Leary. The echo's going. No headphones.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
That's causing your echo. Here, let me try this.
Let's see.
What if does that help?
Yeah, so I'm hearing myself. No.
You still have an echo?
Yeah, because you're on speaker, so when I speak, I hear what you're hearing.
Oh. No, I don't.
All right. All right. So Gary is saying, "Don't be surprised if it's a close game. One thing G-men do is play to that competition." So far this year, that's happened. Which I'm, besides the one letdown game on San Francisco, they've shown up every game. But this is a smart team that we're going up. They're well coached. Even if we force the 3 turnovers, Russell Wilson could still kill you with 3 turnovers.
Right. I think, the key thing Sunday is going to be red zone defense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let them move the ball between the 20s all they want.
Mm-hmm.
In the red zone, they have to find a way to limit them to field goals and not touchdowns. And I think that's the way that you stay close long term in this game and see if you can make something happen in the fourth quarter.
Mm. Yeah, no, I hear you. That's really where it's gonna come down to it. If they could hold Wilson in the pocket and hold DK from not exploding for 166 yards or some craziness.
So, do you put have Bradbury shadow Metcalf, right?
The whole game.
Just lock them up, and then let's see. Lockett is still good, and I know Isaac Yiadom is playing better, but I've got my eyes on an upgrade at corner, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Next year. Although, listen, maybe I think you still see them at a corner, but Logan Ryan is versatile, right? He's a New Jersey boy. He seems to have bought into Joe Judge's philosophy.
Move him back to corner.
I think he stays.
McKinney moves.
Put him in the slot. Put Holmes on the outside. Or mix and match those two, and then put McKinney and Peppers back there. And to me, that's a solid back end. Maybe spend a second round pick on a cornerback and see what happens.
Yeah, that might.
So I really do think Logan Ryan is going to stay. That's what my gut says right now. The guy that I'm very curious to see what they do with is good old Leonard Williams, because, that guy's balling out.
I don't hate the player. I hate how they got him. I kind of hate the contract that they're going to give him, but, it's not my money. He's playing well.
You have to pay him, right?
You gotta. He's going to get 16, 17, no?
I didn't realize. I had forgotten that he's only 25.
Yeah, he's young. He's like a little baby.
So, they give him 4 years, 60.
4 years, 60? Oh, it's going to be more than that. No. 15, 30.
That's 15 a year.
15 a year, but it's probably going to be more like a 17 probably.
So you would say 4 years, like 68?
Yeah, what's a tag now? It's like 15, right? 14, 15?
Yeah. He's playing really well, though. He's a problem in the middle.
He is.
That's a lot of money, though.
I know.
Well,
they have to pay someone, though.
Yeah. What we really need is we need Nate Solder to make a decision.
Yeah, so from what we were talking about, he is his deal gets pushed back another year. This was like a wash year.
Correct.
So even if he doesn't want to play again and wants to sit it out, they're still gonna have to pay him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Well,
and if I were him, I'd retire at the end. Pay me this year, even though I'm going to sit out. You
right.
sign the contract, and usually players are the ones that get screwed out of the contract. But this one, it's in his favor. I would get paid without playing.
Right. So that's the other end of it, right? So, they have some decisions to make in terms of current players on the roster. I think Solder and Zeitler, I would just roll with Pert, Lemieux, Gates, Thomas, and Hernandez.
Disagree. I think you got to rebuild the line.
Really? You're not pleased with the line?
Hernandez gone. Gates gone. Zeitler gone.
I think Zeitler's gone. I don't think you can pay him.
Maybe Hernandez is going to be Lemieux's backup. Gates, he's not.
They love Gates, man.
He's not a center though. They just extended him, but he's not a center.
Right? They gave him 2 years, $6 when they could have said, here's $500,000, and he would have been like, "Hey, cool."
I know the big signing. They have no money. It's like, guess what?
We'll give you $6 million, and we don't have to.
Let's see. Joe, hold on. Joe on Facebook. Any chances we pick up a QB in free agency? Yes, but don't expect it to be for Sunday because they're going to have to pass a whole COVID clearance, a whole other thing. It's not happening.
Oh, Joe's talking about for the rest of this year.
Yeah, they were looking at Joe Webb actually, right?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that.
So I don't know what that, who's out there? There's no huge quarterbacks that are.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, there's a big name.
There you go.
That's not. Don't expect. Don't hold your breath.
No, the Giants. They're not going to do that. Even if we may think that may be a step in the right direction, if you're trying to win the division, they won't do that.
Brandon blowing me up. Gates hasn't allowed a sack this year. I think that's actually correct. But
yeah. Hey, kudos to Brandon because he already understands if you're going to come at the CEO, you best not miss.
Yes, so that's correct. But if you look up right now, if you're a PFF guy, maybe you are. I don't know. I'm really not, but he's on the lower third of centers ranked. So he might not be getting blown up, but he's not playing so elite.
Yeah.
Where he's not reshuffleable.
Correct.
And let's just be honest. If everyone thinks that our talent-wise is okay, Saquon at running back, we have talented wide receivers. They could probably use one upgrade on wide receiver. Ingram is what Ingram is. We like the quarterback. Then why can't we score points?
Right.
Why was Colombo fired?
Well, listen, and here's the other thing too. I want to know.
PFF is a joke. I agree. I like the eyeball test too. But just because the guy doesn't give up sacks doesn't mean that there's not a lot of pressure and incorrect calls.
I want to know where was the RPO with Saquon?
See, is it that Goldman's just better in between the tackles, and that they are the O-line is giving playing a little better for the running game?
Yeah, maybe. I think you're right. I think they need to add one more skill position player, probably a wide receiver. I love Rondell Moore out of Purdue.
You think it's going to be you think it would be draft?
I would love to see. So this is what I would love to see. I would love to see them cut ties with Golden Tate. I think Allen Robinson in free agency is an interesting target from the Bears, and then also take more because I think you get more in the second round, and so then you have in that scenario you would have your wide receiver room would be Shepard, Slayton, Moore, and Robinson, with Ingram at tight end, Caden Smith at tight end 2, and Barkley and Gallman at running back. If you could bring Gallman back. Now, I personally don't think – I think Gallman parlays this into his own opportunity somewhere and probably gets paid more than we're willing to pay Saquon's backup. But I really do think that if we had more production out of the Golden Tate spot, it adds a layer to the offense. And for whatever reason, I've seen too many times this year where Jones and Tate were just a little off, right? Where Tate didn't want to go up and get it, maybe had a little bit of alligator arms, or, he was too busy, verbally sparring with whatever DB was guarding him. I mean, whoever that guy that was guarding him on the Bengals was, I think his first name was McKenzie or McKenzie, something like that. I mean, he was in his ear because he was up in his grill and he was defending him, and Tate couldn't really get separation. And, Golden Tate likes to talk a lot for somebody that hasn't really done a whole lot to help us out, and who likes to.
I hear you. I don't think he's going to be here. And also, Slayton was MIA last week.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
So, if you had to choose between Robinson and Galladay, who would you take in free agency?
Oh, geez, that's a good question. I mean, it's tough. So here's the thing. I think Robinson, like, it depends what you want. I think Robinson is if you're looking for solid consistency, right? Like a high floor, that's Robinson, right? But Galladay, man, I mean, you do that same thing, and then you draft Rondell Moore, and you have Shepard, Slayton, Galladay, and Shepard. Like, that is amazing. The thing is, I think that Galladay is priced out for us in free agency.
You don't think like 1 and 2? As far as wide receivers go?
I do, but I think Galladay's number is higher. Just because he's a little bit younger and has a little bit of a higher ceiling.
Yeah. That's if they don't get tagged, especially Galladay. But who knows what the hell he's going to do? Is that a complete? It looks like it's going to be a complete rebuild, but
yeah. I mean, the line. So they got rid of Patricia this week, right?
Yeah, and the GM.
And the GM. Oh my goodness.
So is that new GM? He's going to try to go go QB, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Is Matt Stafford going to want to stick around? He's halfway out the door.
Yeah, and Matt Stafford's wife, if you pay attention to social media, Matt Stafford's wife was speaking out against the city of Detroit and their response to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be looking for a fresh start. But I'll tell you what, if Detroit's looking for a GM,
mm-hmm.
I have one that just might fit for him. He likes lengthy rebuilds.
He likes taking 4 years on a 2-year rebuild.
Sure. Yeah.
I was getting a lot of shit on Instagram because I said I wasn't even harsh. All I said was that I'm not a fan of Gettleman. Oh my God, 4 wins put everyone into a tizzy. Like
it's amazing.
I'm like, we won 4 games. Like he's still overall way under 500 for the Giants. I probably have to pull up his Giants reign has been so bad that I probably think he will be around 500 with the Carolina wins that he has.
Make no mistake about it. Any momentum that you feel like we have
mm-hmm.
this season, mm-hmm. and I do think the Giants are trending in the right direction
mm-hmm.
for the first time in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
But it's all Joe Judge and Patrick Graham. That's it. It's the two of those guys. Listen, our defense is one of the scrappiest, toughest defenses in the league because of scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Because opposing quarterbacks cannot look at our defensive fronts and develop a pattern or an understanding of what it is that we're trying to do. And so they're hesitant to throw the ball deep. They just want to take what they can get underneath. And Joe Judge has all of those boys playing for the guy next to them. But it doesn't have anything to do with the talent that Gettleman has brought in.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, anybody that's listened to the show in the past, I own this, I was a huge Gettleman apologist. Huge Gettleman apologist. The worst.
Sent rifts amongst many.
Yeah, absolutely. It ruined relationships.
People are still not over it.
Yeah. However, let me just tell you that if you like what the Giants are doing right now, what they're doing is because Joe Judge knows how to coach people up.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to get people in the right positions. He brought in the right people to be his coach. His coaches, save maybe Jason Garrett. I'm still not convinced. I think what sort of tipped off to me that Jason might be in over his head is when on 3rd down they ran the designed quarterback rollout with Colt McCoy. And Colt McCoy ended up running out of bounds.
With time on the clock.
It looked like
he was just going to the sidelines. He's used to just being on the sidelines.
Right. Anybody that's around our age, it looked like the old Tecmo Super Bowl play. With the designed quarterback. It was always like the 4th running play on the quarterback runs.
It was down in B, I believe.
Right. And the quarterback would roll out in one direction. That was that play in live human form. And I was watching it in my living room on my DirecTV and screaming at the television. And my wife came in from the kitchen and she said, "The Giants are winning. Why are you upset?" And I said, "Because we're running design quarterback rollouts with a 34-year-old backup. This is the best that we have."
Yeah.
How nervous were you when Jones went back in there for 2 plays?
I wasn't that nervous. When he went back in?
Yeah.
No, I felt good that he actually felt okay enough to go back in.
Right.
Like, so apparently it wouldn't surprise people if he plays this Sunday.
Yeah. I heard that too. I'll say this. From what I've heard, Daniel Jones is a tough kid.
Mm-hmm.
And if it were up to Daniel Jones, he would be playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have an interesting decision to make come Saturday, because when they ask the player if he feels like he can play through it, Daniel Jones is going to say, "You betcha, I got it."
Mm-hmm.
And then, part of me thinks that would be interesting, but we have to remember, I think the key thing here too is that if Daniel Jones had Eli Manning's skill set,
Mm-hmm. What availability is your best? Is your best ability?
well, so not that, but I'm saying if Daniel Jones were strictly a pocket passer, right, and he was just going to stand back there and fire darts like Eli used to, that's a different situation. But for Daniel Jones to be effective, he's got to be dynamic on his feet in the running game. And if he can't do that on the hamstring, then, you really have to think about if you want to risk having him out there.
Yeah. I think they have honestly, I think they have a shot if he is out there. I'm not that not that enthused about Colt McCoy running out there to
No, absolutely not. What about
Todd Sibley? They need to focus heavy on running the ball, ride the Wayne train.
the Wayne train?
Todd,
I love Wayne Gallman.
I agree with you, my friend, but I don't know. Gallman is running well.
When is Devonta Freeman back?
See, I don't know what's going on with the whole IR/COVID IR. Like, are these people out for the year?
No, I think with IR now they can be back after 3 weeks.
Yeah, let's look it up. Boom.
Because I would feel a lot better if Devonta Freeman were playing in the Alfred Morris spot. We thank Alfred for his service. Alfred, if you're listening, thank you so much. But I feel like
you think it was 3 games and done with him?
Right. I feel like Devontae. I feel like the pecking order at running back now should be, for the rest of this year, should be Wayne, Devontae, Alfred.
Yeah, I don't see any news on Freeman. Besides 3 weeks ago, he's placed on the IR.
Did you see Fackrell was placed on the IR this week?
I saw that too.
And while that hurts, I gotta tell the truth. I was excited for some more snaps for Carter Coughlin. I like what I see out of that kid. He's got a nice motor. He's had some pressures off of the edge. Mm-hmm. And listen,
linebackers are going down, my friend, though.
Defensively, they keep finding these guys. Who is it? Nico Lalos?
Yeah.
Welcome to the squad. The diving interception. Again, that looked like a Super Tecmo Bowl graphic. Yeah, when the wide receiver would lay out. Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron's boy.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if we go wide receiver in the 2nd round, edge in the 3rd round, running back in the 4th round. Who's going 1st round then?
Yeah, who's going to the 1st round? Running back in the 4th round.
Yeah, Kyler Fackrell on IR, leaving the Giants stand at linebacker, strained calf. That's official.
It's in the official notice.
Yeah, so let's see. Any other Devontae Freeman, let's see.
What about let's talk about what we saw out of the player that I've grown to love to hate, Easy Evan Ingram.
What's going on with him?
I mean, he's like the biggest tease of all time. You know, he has that streaking play down the sideline, which if you watch that play, that was an amazing audible by Daniel Jones, just as an aside, because that was not the play call on that third down play. Daniel Jones audible into that and made that happen. You know, he makes that play. He had 6 receptions, 129 yards. He had another big play in the fourth quarter down the field.
And then the fumble.
And, you know, he had the fumble. And I'm here to tell you, like, that game was a whole hell of a lot closer than it needed to be.
Yep.
But I do think in my heart of hearts that if Daniel Jones had stayed healthy through the whole game, and if Evan Ingram wouldn't have fumbled when he fumbled, we would have won that game by double digits. We were driving down the field and ready to take that momentum, and Evan Ingram got up to get an extra half yard. The DB was right there. Like, go down. You did your job. Just go down.
It's the enigma of Evan Ingram.
I don't understand it. And listen, he seems like a great kid. He works hard. He's come back from injuries. He's got a good mindset. You know, but he just can't seem to put all the pieces together.
Yeah, at this point, it is what it is. Some days he's underwhelmed, and some days he's like looks like a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
So the inconsistency is tough to get a read on him, and I don't know what they're going to do with him.
So, but Todd, if you're still here, I still want to know where you think we're going in the first round.
Thank you, Todd.
Todd Sibley.
Claret and Big Blue Podcast, a West Ham, New York Giants podcast on Spotify and YouTube. That's an interesting combo. What's up, CBBB pod? A little West Ham boys, a little soccer action going on over there.
The British boys.
Yeah. My son's old soccer team had an affiliation with West Ham.
There you go.
There we go. Know about them. Now we're Leicester over here. Let's see what else is going on in Giants land. We
still have Dan Dugan calling out. We still have Dan Dugan calling out guys on Twitter.
No, it's not Dan Dugan.
Or
Jordan Renan.
Is it Renan? I always get them confused.
Is he still calling people out?
Yeah, I saw it today.
What is he saying?
It's because, listen.
Oh, so annoying.
It's because, see, I think there should be a rule on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should not be able to have a handle that mentions anything about clapping back or anything about the type of season that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Spelling season SZN. Like if your handle is a joke, then as someone whose handle is not a joke, you have to be the adult in the room and not call them out. You know, Jordan's a friend of the show.
So you think he should just like move on and not say anything?
Yeah, just let it go.
Yeah.
You work for ESPN.
Yeah, what are you worried about?
We're all just making.
Yeah,
We're all just passing the time through the pandemic, Jordan. Let us live a little bit.
I agree. I think there might be maybe because some of the content creators, they get a lot of views, and Jordan has his own podcast out with ESPN that maybe isn't as popular as other guys are.
Correct. Well, I mean, he clearly doesn't have the experience we do.
Right. He has like the inside information, but other people are, they get to.
Right.
They're not held back. They could do like fun shit.
Yeah.
Like he can't call the Giants up and leave them voicemail bombs for like
that was the best.
3 hours straight.
That was the best.
And we never got a return phone call. How rude of them.
Are we ever gonna get the captain back on the show?
I don't know.
Are you on speaking terms with the captain?
Yeah, I talked to him.
You are.
Yeah, he can't take it. He can't take it. He can't take it.
What's he upset about?
Oh my God, Gettleman. This is 3 years too late. Apparently,
he's still upset.
Apparently, he loves Matt. He loves Matt Rule, and it should have been Matt Rule the whole time. I was like,
they have the same record we do. I don't understand.
I know. He's like, it's not the record. It's not the record. It's that they promised him $80 million, and they couldn't build a facility, and he wanted this and that. I was like, he didn't win.
Listen. Usually I say this as a joke, but I suspect that this person is actually listening. Captain, if you're listening, I'm in the greatest space of my life. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm not even joking. Come back on the show. Let's talk it out. I want to hear why you still think Matt Rule is the answer, because I watch a lot of the Panthers, and
they're right.
They don't come with it every week. I'll say this. Now, I will say this to the captain as well. I don't watch the All 22 the way that the captain does. Apparently the captain has, a source that gives him the live tape. But just from sitting on the couch watching football every Sunday, I see a lot of variability in the way that the Panthers play. Some days they look like world beaters. Other days they look like a team struggling to find their identity. At least with the Giants, save that one game in San Francisco or against San Francisco.
They're there.
I feel like we're getting the same thing from the Giants every week. And you cannot like it, that's fine. But to somehow think that the Panthers are further along in the process than we are, I don't see it.
Yeah. That I don't see. I get that this year 3.5 for Gettleman on a rebuild when I've seen other teams like the Raiders and everything.
Even the Colts
fly by us and like rebuild in a year and a half,
Right.
I get that. The Saquon pick, a good player. We could have got him lower down in the roster if we traded down. There's a lot. And I personally I'm a more Jerry Reese guy. I don't.
We love Jerry.
Yeah, I don't think Ernie got him both rings. People got to be realistic. Like Ernie was gone 6 years at the other time.
Right. Listen, and here's the other thing too.
The other answer is left tackle from Oregon, from Todd. That's who we take first.
Okay.
But
All
where
right.
we're at now, he's not going to be there.
Right. He won't be there.
See, that's what happens when you win. You just get going further down the
I
block.
think, here's the interesting thing about where you want to talk about being upset about the Saquon pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Analytically, there were a lot of other things to do there other than take Saquon at 2.
Does that hurt you to say?
Yeah, I mean, it does. It really does. Because, but like I said, and I really mean it.
Can I take a victory lap too, or no?
I'm sure, absolutely. I'm the happiest that I've ever been. So things are good. I'm at peace with everything that I have said or will say in the future. I understand Saquon at 2 might have rubbed some people the wrong way. However, you look at the rest of that draft, the way that it played out, right? So Baker went 1. I mean,
Saquon went
2. 3 was
Sammy Boy.
3 was
Darnold.
the quarterback that shall remain nameless.
You're not going to name him? Okay.
No, I'm not going to.
Who plays for a green team?
He plays for a green team. He's rumored to be on the trade block because he's not that good. I said it. Sam, if you're listening, deal with it. You're not that good. You got Mono from some unnamed source. You're not that good. I don't. If you're upset that the Giants took Saquon because they missed out on Sam Darnold, you're also missing the boat. I think Saquon was the right player for the Giants. I can understand maybe not wanting to take him at 2, but like we say all the time, and the captain has said this before, so I don't want people to think that I'm stealing his content. I'm going to give him credit for saying this. There are 31 other teams in this league. If you're going to make a trade down from 2, you have to find a trade partner. And I don't know if a trade partner was there to drop out of 2 and still get a player that they felt like they wanted, right? I think for the Giants in that particular draft, I think it was a 2. I think there were 2 guys that they were interested in. I think that they were not interested in any of the quarterbacks. I think the quarterback that they were interested in was Justin Herbert, and he decided to stay the extra year. And once he decided to stay the extra year, then they were going to take
but they
either Saquon or Chubb.
Right. Saquon, Chubb was there, then Quentin Nelson maybe, or who else? Mika Fitzpatrick later on.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of things to do. I also think low-key, possibly the biggest mistake was the way that they handled Odell prior to the trade. And I think that they knew probably that they wanted to get rid of Odell at some point. I don't think they knew when they drafted Saquon that they were going to get rid of Odell so quickly. But I feel like they knew maybe they were going to get rid of him at some point, and they needed a face of the franchise. Now, is it smart to take your face of the franchise at 2 when it's a running back? We can debate that until we log off the air. But I feel like a part of it was they wanted Saquon to be the future of the franchise from a marketability standpoint, and they made the decision they made.
Mm-hmm. Will Prep chiming in from home. Bottom line, DG has been here for 4 years. We're 4-7. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. Probably looking at 5-11. Still not good enough.
Will 5-11 will.
5-11 keeps Gettleman.
So Will, we currently have 4 wins.
Yeah.
And we're in this is week 13 coming up.
Yeah.
COVID has me all messed up. So this is week 13 coming up. So we have 5 games left.
I think he has us beating the Browns.
So Will thinks we're going
Maybe.
1-4.
Maybe beats Dallas.
Will has us going 1-4 with Cleveland,
Baltimore,
who's in shambles,
Dallas, Seattle,
and Arizona, who lost to a team whose quarterback threw for under 100 yards last week.
Mm-hmm.
You have us going 1-4 in there, Will. Interesting.
I think they're going to go. I think they get 2 wins.
Here's the thing, and this is really, really sad.
I think it's just going to be Cleveland
This is
and Dallas.
this is really, really sad.
Go ahead.
But this is the truth, and you heard it here first.
Go ahead.
The Giants just need to win 2 games. Just 2. 6-10. If the Giants get to 6-10, and one of those wins is against the Cowboys in Week 17, they will win the division at 6-10. Like, that will happen.
It's so horrible. I know, it's true.
Philly's in a murderer's row, and listen, I live 45 minutes from Philly. The Philadelphia Eagle fans are jumping off bridges. Like, they're done.
He's agreeing with you. 6-10 probably wins the East.
Right. So if 6-10 wins the East, that means we got to win. We got to beat Cleveland and Baker, and then we got to beat Dallas, who, we're due for a big win.
I think one. So I think we both agree that the 3 of us, they probably beat Dallas, they probably beat Cleveland, right? But there's a shot that they're going to beat one of the other good teams or up and coming teams. Arizona with Kyler Murray's tricky, Seattle. Those are not walk-through games that are just put them in the win column. And Baltimore, who knows what's going to happen with that?
Listen, here's the other thing too. So Cleveland is a winnable game. We've talked about that. Dallas is a winnable game. We've talked about it. Seattle.
It's going to be a tough one.
If Daniel Jones was playing on Sunday, I would tell you that the Giants would win by 3. Because here's the thing about Seattle. They have we're not just talking the worst defense in the league this year. We're talking the worst defense like in the history of the league from a yardage standpoint. In the history of the NFL. So I'm not saying, listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's a guarantee. I'm just saying there's a world where if we had Daniel Jones, he comes in on Sunday,
Mhm.
gets hot, and we walk out of there with a win. The other two teams that are up and coming on our schedule are the Ravens and the Cardinals. Both of those quarterbacks are athletic and they run around, they make plays, but they are players that you can scheme against. And I am not an X and O football guy like the captain or these other guys that you'll see on Twitter. I'm just telling you that I believe in Joe Judge and I believe in Patrick Graham and their ability to scheme on defense. And if there was a team in the league that could scheme the Giants to victory in one of those two games, if not both of them,
Mhm.
Patrick Graham and Joe Judge are it.
So I got a question for you. Would you be surprised if they wind up going 5-11?
I would be surprised if they ended up going 5-11. This team's got heart, man. And every game that they've been in, I was thinking about this the other day. I was talking about this with a friend of mine who lives in New York on Thanksgiving. Every single game that they have been in, except for San Francisco in week 3 and the Philly victory, were one-score games.
Mm-hmm.
We beat Philly by 10. We lost to San Francisco by 28 or whatever that was. Okay? Every other game was a one-score game. When you're playing that type of football and you're playing with that level of intensity, I just find it hard to believe that we would finish out the season 1-4.
Let's see, Will. I think we Giants fan are way inflating what we are. No, maybe.
Listen, Will, I know what we are. Bill Parcells said, "You are what your record says you are." And we are a 4-7 football team, but we've won 3 in a row. We're trending in the right direction. We're playing football the right way, and we happen to play in the worst division in the history of the National Football League. And we're 3-2 in that division.
Yes.
So, do I think that I'll put it this way. If
the best we could be is 500 in the worst division ever. The best will be 500 in that division.
No, we're gonna go 4-2. We're 3-2 right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Correct. My math is all too tired for math right now.
Yeah,
went right out the window. I was like, wait a minute.
We're gonna go 4-2. Listen, all I'm saying is, on top of everything else,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm speaking to all my Giants fans out there, how sweet would it be to win the division at 6-10 and then host Tom Terrific, Mr. Wonderful Brady,
Mm-hmm.
Captain Negative Secret Lover,
Correct.
welcome him back to the Meadowlands and beat the snot out of their overrated team?
It can happen.
Would be glorious. Dream big, Giants fans. Dreams come true.
We were tied with the Burrowless Bengals 10-10 in the third quarter when Jones got hurt. You've got to bleed. You got to beat games. It's like no big deal. Hey, you got to believe at some point, right?
Yeah, listen. Point taken, Will Presti. Point taken. I'm here for it. You're making sense. It's logical. All that I'm saying is that
Brandon Bowles.
There's a reality where this is not a mirage and we're playing football the right way. And, momentum's a real thing.
So you think 6-10 gets you in the playoffs minimum?
100%.
It's just one game. Oh my God. 7-9. Yeah.
He loves the optimism. Will, I love you. I loved when you wrote for Conan. Those were Conan's best years. And now that you're not writing for Conan, he's going to HBO Max. It's all because you left, Will.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
7-9.
7-9. See, so first of all, let me just tell you, Brandon, love the optimism. You're picking up what I'm throwing down. I'm here for it. 7-9, though. 7-9 definitively wins the division. 7-9 wins the division by 2 games.
Mm-hmm. All right, how about this? 8-8.
8-8. So 8-8 would mean that we finish the season 4-1.
Correct.
I was coded social. That's right.
Factually correct.
Will, I want to ask you, when were you on Conan's show, like when he did the Dave Franco Tinder sketch?
Or was it the Andy Richter list period?
Yeah. Do you have any inside information if Andy Richter is going to go host Jeopardy now? Will?
Will, just call in.
Yeah, Will, get your video popping, Will.
We have tons to ask you. Also, if you could let me know if Howard Stern's going to re-sign or is he going to Spotify. Is it going to be more like a one-on-one Dave Letterman type of weekly thing? Just let me know.
Oh, does Will have connections with Stern?
I don't know. I'm just asking. He's related.
There you go.
He's hosting Jeopardy and he's currently naked.
Oh, Will is naked. Okay.
Throw some pants on.
Yeah, Will, just throw. You don't even have to throw pants on. I mean, for all you know, we could not be wearing pants right now.
This is correct.
Just throw a shirt on. We don't want to see your nipples.
Yeah. Mike A. No way. 8-8.
8-8 would be.
I know, Mike. I know.
8-8 would be a 4-1 finish. So that means, say we can't win with Colt McCoy in Seattle.
Then you run the table after that.
Right. So that would be wins against, in order, we're talking about Cardinals and Kyler Murray. Cleveland, who I don't trust Baker, and we're good against the run. The Ravens and the Cowboys. Tell you what, I told you, Joe Judge can scheme. He can spy some quarterbacks that can move around a little bit, and maybe we win. Joe Judge.
It is. Less than likely.
Yeah, listen. We're just talking about possibilities here.
3 of the last 4 at MetLife. It doesn't mean anything at the moment. Besides away team traveling to us, there's no home field. And I'm on record saying I hate MetLife Stadium. It's the worst use of, what was it, $500 billion, some ridiculous number? I think it's $500 billion. That the main feature is that it goes from blue to green. That's the big feature. It's just all gray, and they have LED lights that they can go, oh, this week we're blue, next week we're green. It's the worst.
Yeah. They have that at my local shopping center here.
My son has it in his room. He can have orange today. He can have blue.
Yeah. My new favorite color, Dad.
Yeah, guess what? Look at this.
Yeah.
3 of the last 4 at MetLife. Oh, You got a shirt on.
Oh, there's Will.
You got a shirt on.
There he is.
Hello?
Hello.
What do you guys want?
Can
you hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
I'm hearing all sorts of weird sounds.
Yeah, that's because I don't have headphones.
Now I'm good. What's up, guys?
What's up?
This is I still don't have pants on, but I put a shirt on.
That's fine.
I'm not joking. I mean, my boxer's on right now. I love the optimism. I'm sitting here. It's so cute. I got the Christmas show on in the background. You guys are talking about the Giants like they're not the Giants. It's just, it warms my heart. It's like a child on Christmas. I don't know how to break the news about Santa to you guys. That Gettleman clause is not going to let us win anything.
Gettleman clause. Oh.
I do agree. Is Gettleman Jewish, actually? Dave Gettleman, you would think, right?
Yeah.
All right, so maybe not Gettleman.
If he's not Jewish, then everything that I grew up knowing about New York Jews is wrong.
Well, we do agree 6-10. I think 6-10 wins the division. And the Giants are probably playing the best football in the division right now. Giants just happen to have a pretty decently hard schedule, and I just think there's a ceiling and a floor between them and like just good teams. Like the Cardinals are just a good, solid football team, and Seattle, even though they give up points, at the end of the day, they're a team that's tough to beat. And the Ravens assuming they don't have COVID, they're still just a good team. And the Giants are just not a good team. They're a bad team playing decently right now. So,
do you think? Let me ask you this question.
I hear that too.
So my summary is, yeah, they could beat the like Jack, who guests with us sometimes. My buddy was like, well, we'll definitely beat the Bengals, he said this past week. I'm like, dude, we're not good enough to say we'll definitely beat anybody. And as it is, we were tied with them in the fourth quarter, and they didn't even have their quarterback. So I just think –
yeah, but we didn't have our quarterback. And Evan Ingram was doing Evan Ingram things.
But that's part of our team is what I'm trying to say. That's part of our team. Part of being a Giants fan is knowing that Ingram is going to cause 3 turnovers and then do a diving catch that redeems everything.
It's like –
he's Gary Sanchez, who I hear the.
It's like I was watching the Bengals game and I was watching Evan Ingram on Sunday, and I felt like that scene from Dumb and Dumber when Lloyd chases down Harry, and he's like, "Just when I think you haven't been more stupid."
Dumber, yeah. Just when I thought you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go ahead and do something like this.
Yeah.
And totally redeem yourself.
Yeah.
So what's up? So you're thinking realistically, Justin, if you had to, and I'm just breaking balls about the optimism. None of us know, and I don't want to sound grinchy here, but
just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
You don't have a whole thing.
Do something like this. And totally redeem yourself.
Love it. And then they slap 5 and miss. I think if I had to bet on Giants wins right now, I would say like 5.5 is the line on how many wins they're going to have. Marco, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
And then Justin, you would say maybe 6.5?
What was my prediction at the beginning of the year?
Pain.
5 pain.
Yeah. So listen.
5 wins, but I didn't think the NFC East would be this trash.
I'll break it down for you. I'll break it down for you really simple.
Hit me.
All right. I believe in quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. And I think that Cleveland runs the football well, but we also play the run well. So I think I'm going to mark Cleveland down as a W. I think we beat Dallas in Week 17. So that gives us 6. And then you're asking me, so of the 3 remaining games, we have Seattle, right, which marks Seattle up. Colt McCoy is going to play Sunday, and we're probably going to lose. But it doesn't hurt us because the rest of the division is going to lose Sunday too. They're all going to lose. So we're going to be in the same exact place where we are. So then we're we still have 6 wins if we win in Cleveland and Dallas.
Right.
And then, in answer to your question, the over-under is 6.5, and those other 2 games are the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler is very good, but let's be honest. 2 weeks ago, they won a game on the craziest Hail Mary I've ever seen. And last week, they lost to a quarterback who didn't throw for over 100 yards in the whole game.
I have to cut you off because you don't ever veer too far from the Parcells thing. Because think about it. We won a game because the Redskins went for 2. We won a game because the guy made a fumble at the last play when he was about to drive down. Like every win, that's what makes wins and losses. You could do that with any team. The Giants could easily have 3 less wins right now. So if you look at, and I don't even know the answer to this. Who have we beaten this year? Eagles, Redskins, or football team, and Bengals.
Right. Yeah.
We haven't beaten a team that's even decent this year. So every time we've gone against the big boys or even the average boy, just the boys, no offense to any ladies watching or children, but we've lost, even though some of them have been close and admirable.
Right. Let me be very clear with you. I'm not saying to you
Pittsburgh, I said we're going to be the first team ever to go 0-16 and have 16. What do they call them? Moral victories.
Yes.
So I just think
hello to you too.
What's up?
I'm just saying hello. People are saying hi.
Oh, hi. So I just think if the Giants beat the teams, quote unquote, that they're like so far they've kind of beaten teams they've supposed to or in the realm of beating, and they've lost to the teams that they're not really in the realm of. And if that continues for the rest of the year, that gives us maybe 1 win against maybe Dallas if Dalton's not playing well at the time. So, you're like, I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. Well, believe in him 8 times out of 11. You should have believed in him this year. Like you are what your record says you are. The Giants are only as good as one team that they're going to play for the rest of the year. So anything else would be an upset. Could it happen? Sure. But I'm not going to bet on it.
Well, what I'll say to you is this. I think that the Giants have an above-average run defense, and so I think that puts us in a positive light against a team like Cleveland.
I hear that. That's fine. Matchups can work. Giants have the number 5 rush defense in football, and if you're saying that's what the Browns do, then certainly that can eliminate a large part of their threat.
And Dallas, I feel like, we were right there, 5 weeks ago. We're playing better than we were then. I think that game is definitely winnable.
Of course.
And then I agree with you. Like, none of this is guaranteed. The Giants might not win a game for the rest of the year. That might happen. But what I'm saying to you is, like, when you say to me, Arizona is, like, definitively better than us.
They are.
Are they?
I think they are. They're probably ahead of us in most categories. And what are they? 7-4?
Hold on. Let's add another one to the party.
I think they're 6-5.
Here we go. What's up, Tim?
Hey, what's going on,
now
guys?
this is where my headphones get all jacked up.
Tim's on the show.
And I'm back.
Tim, where's your video?
I don't have the video on right now.
Tim, are you naked right now?
Tim is also naked.
Yeah,
I can't
it's called
hear a damn thing.
It's a power move.
You can't hear Tim? So, Tim, how do you feel? How do you feel that the Giants are now lead the NFC East?
I'm happy about it. I mean, honestly, they're playing better. I don't see any reason to get mad over a draft pick that might happen.
All right, everything just froze on me. I can't see anything. I can't hear anything.
You're out. All right.
There's Will Presti.
And that's how I do it.
Thanks, Will. We love you.
Tim comes somehow.
So, Tim, let's hear from you. So,
what would you like to discuss?
Yeah, we're in this discussion now. So we have 5 games left for the rest of the season. So give us a breakdown of assuming Daniel Jones. So let's assume Daniel Jones misses Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But then
I think that's probably a good possibility.
But then is back.
Hold on. Before Tim, I just want to say thank you to Yardley with the donation. And he said $2 donation of energy and good luck to the New York Giants. Thank you very much, my friend.
There you go.
There you go.
Will, Tim kicked me off. He said Miss Peace, go Giants. All right, Will. Talk to you later on, my friend.
There you go.
Tim, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Tim, Colt McCoy leads the Giants into Seattle on Sunday. But then after that, Daniel Jones is back to play against the Cleveland Browns. Or no, the next game is the Cardinals.
Yep.
So it's Daniel Jones against Kyler Murray.
Arizona hasn't been playing great ball lately.
Thank you.
And if it wasn't for the Hail Mary against the Rams, they would have lost that game.
Correct.
And you know what? They're a young team too. Granted, that's definitely going to put some pressure on our secondary. But with McKinney, hopefully playing more and more, it could be more of a strength.
So that could be.
I'm worried about Isaac.
That could be a win.
Yeah, it absolutely could be a win. I think, honestly, looking at all the teams, obviously Seattle being the biggest test, but I think they're all winnable games.
Okay, so Arizona is a maybe.
So we're going to go to the playoffs on an 8-game win streak. Whatever.
Are you in the camp that I'm in, that Cleveland is a team that we could spank?
We're not spanking anybody. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
It'll always. You saw the Cincinnati game. It's going to be close, but can we win that game? Absolutely. And honestly, I think we could probably do some damage to Baker Mayfield.
Okay. So after Baker, then it's Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore COVIDs.
Well, and that team's been playing horrible.
Yeah, maybe we'll get Trace McSorley.
Yeah, we can get lucky and the whole team comes down. They got a forfeit. That's a win right there.
There you go. And then we finish the year against the lowly Dallas Cowboys.
Which is Dallas is trying to lose. Dallas might even be trying to go get a quarterback.
By the way, just one thing about the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. So the special teams coordinator that called that horrendous fake punt, Jim Fossil's kid.
What was that?
Was that John Fossil?
No, it wasn't John. Was it John? Yeah, I think his name was John.
Isn't that his? I don't think it's Jim Fossil's kid. I think it's his brother.
No, it's his child.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't look like he's getting a head coaching job anytime soon.
Right. Listen, I'll never insult Fossil for as long as I live. When we saw him at LT's birthday party, he was very gracious, and he let me put on his NFC Championship ring. So he'll always have a place in my heart.
How's he trying?
So Jim was out there partying.
How's he trying to show off that ring at that party?
It wasn't so. Actual facts. We actually saw him at Media Day. I wish Jimmy was here. We had when we were up in
You said that in about a year and a half.
Yeah. When we were up at Media Day, we got stuck on the wrong floor, but it was radio. We were on Radio Row, and Fossil was there.
I forgot that was during the Super Bowl too.
And we spotted him. Yeah, it was the Thursday of Super Bowl week. So Jimmy and I were at the convention center in Atlanta, and we got lost, and we tried to circle back around, and we ended up on the Radio Row like room shuffle. And so we saw Fossil like getting ready to go down the line to do interviews. And Jimmy called him out, and we had a great shtick going. Jimmy would like call them over, and then I would play all pathetic in my wheelchair, and they'd let me like try on their Super Bowl ring. It was
There you go. No one's gonna be an asshole to you. Justin.
exactly. So it was actually at radio.
People are watching. They're going to figure out the shtick next time we do something live.
Sure. Yeah.
Where we push.
We'll change it up.
I just want to put it out there. He put his own nickname out there as Mr. Make-A-Wish.
Yes.
I
Just want to
did.
put that out there.
Yeah. No. Fast.
Tim, you have a specific question. Do the Giants make it at 6-10? Or can they hit 6-10?
Oh, they can absolutely hit 6-10. As far as winning the division, probably. But honestly, I think it's a win-win. So worst comes to worst, if we if we don't win the division, so we have a good draft pick. If we do win the division, okay, then we're going in the right direction anyway. I think we're in a win-win situation because no one expected us to be in the playoffs. And no one wants to see us if we get there.
It might be true, too. It's not like we're laying down for anyone.
No, I mean, they've been in every game. Other than the San Francisco game, which was ridiculous. But they've been in every game. With
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
The San Francisco game makes me really mad because I feel like if we had a chance to play them again, the game would be much tighter.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we also got to figure out. So Logan Ryan was just coming into his own. He at that point, might have been his first game if he even played that game.
Yeah, the number 2 corner position was really suspect at that point, not just suspect at this point.
Tim.
Yes,
Tim,
sir.
let me ask you a question. We talked about it earlier. I want your perspective. How much money would you pay Leonard Williams?
I would pay him $16 million.
That's it, Tim?
I just want to put out there the arguments that I've had, and I know you guys have seen them. Well, at least most of them. Well, Justin backed out of some of them. But I just want to put it out there that I said Leonard Williams would have at least 8 sacks this year, and it looks like someone's going to be right.
He's well on his way.
Oh, boy.
He's at 6 now. And he's a key to the defense. The problem is, who do you pay, Tomlinson or Leonard Williams? I'm asking you guys, who would you think?
Who do I pay what? Sorry.
Tomlinson or Leonard Williams?
Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
And this is one of the arguments that I got in with our friend Jimmy, was Leonard Williams for the first time ever is playing in a position that he should have been in the first place, playing in a 4-3 defense. He's not there to be taking up blockers. He's supposed to be trying to wreak havoc. And with him and Tomlinson, they're killing it. And honestly, B.J. Hill is playing awesome too, and he's not getting enough credit. And along with Dexter Lawrence, that front four is solid. And I want to put it out there for all the Gettleman haters out there. Why don't you go back and look at his draft, this past draft, and tell me who he missed on?
Oh, where's the mute button on this one? You're gonna love
so
what
for all the people that got mad about the Leonard Williams trade, would you rather have the 3rd round pick or would you rather have Leonard Williams?
I would have rather signed him like we're gonna do Galladay.
Do you have inside
Well, that's if
information on
Galladay is to get
Galladay?
franchised.
And we don't know. They don't even have a GM.
That's true. Yeah, I saw the article that they think he'll be coming to us.
Total rebuild for Detroit, possibly. Justin, you're gonna love what I did on Twitter right there. You'll find out in when we log off.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I have to run. It's been great. Do you want to make predictions for Sunday before we
Let's make
run out
predictions. I'm curious what the. Go ahead, Justin.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you 2 predictions. Okay. First prediction is with Colt McCoy at quarterback.
Okay.
And that game will be 27-13 Seahawks.
Okay.
Okay.
And my second prediction is with Daniel Jones making his triumphant return. If Daniel Jones plays, gives the team a little bit of a lift, that game is 27-24 Giants.
Oh, it gives the team a lift. What is he, Willis Reed coming up?
Correct.
Yeah, I like it.
All
All right. You know what?
Go on, Tim. Let me know when I have
I know Marco heard my audio already. You know what? I think Colt McCoy has a couple great games in him.
Oh,
I'm gonna say he plays well going into this one game.
okay.
Now he's not gonna be able to do it for multiple games in a row. I think he's gonna play well. And I'm saying Evan Ingram has a huge game, especially coming off his career high anyway.
Sure.
Wayne Gallman goes for 125.
Oh,
And I'm going to say Giants squeak it out. I'm going to say probably 24-21.
okay.
But they're
So we're on the
definitely
same page.
squeaking out. It's like I'm going to say Seattle has a chance to win it at the end.
Okay.
But Leonard Williams makes a big play.
Marco, give us a dose of reality,
So he's
Marco.
basically giving us a recap of what happened last week.
No, you know what? That was Nick Lazlos and
Okay.
Jabal Shareed.
Shout out to Nico Lalos.
Andrew, hey y'all to you. You're catching us at the end of the show where I'm going to give the truth on what's going to happen on Sunday, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
I'll give you both truths. Ready? 2
Okay.
in a row.
Stop.
If it's Colt McCoy, it's gonna be a bad thing, my friend. I think it'll be probably 24-7.
Okay.
If Daniel Jones is in there, it's gonna be a bad thing, my friend. I'll say 20. I'll go 24-18.
24
All right.
what?
I want to amend my Leonard Williams.
Okay.
Bradbury is going to have a big game because he's going to try to force it to DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
Bradbury is going to have 2 interceptions.
Oh.
Are you okay? I could see that.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think they're gonna put him on DK.
They'll put him on Metcalf. They have to put him on Metcalf.
And maybe,
Granted, Lockett's probably going to kill us.
yeah, but if he kills us, then he kills us. I get it.
Right.
Granted, I do have Metcalf in fantasy, so I hope they don't kill him too bad. But if it's a win, I'm fine with it.
Andrew, one name wonder on YouTube says Colt's not it. Are you saying Colt's not it because Jones is playing, or Colt's not it? He's been in the league 14 years and still hasn't won. Mike A. Tim loves the positivity. Lou on Facebook, Bradbury too small. to defend Metcalf has me worried too, my friend. But he's been
Who's-
playing.
Bradbury shut down Mike Evans.
Correct.
I guess who's bigger? Mike Evans is
Correct.
bigger.
Yeah.
Put him in his place, Tim.
Mateo, they have to put Bradbury on.
Are you like that positivity?
They have to put Bradbury on Metcalf. The item on Metcalf is going to give me a heart attack. Yes, I want to keep you out of the hospital, especially in these times. Brandon, Giants 31-27.
Wow. Brandon, that's
McCoy,
Listen.
287 yards and 3 TDs.
Yeah. I don't know about the. That's a lot of high. That's high scoring.
Listen,
Some defensive
okay.
touchdowns happen.
here's what I'll say.
Brandon is on the medical stuff. That's what I think that comment is about.
Here's
I'm
what I
positive.
will
I'm not
say.
that positive.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
If Colt McCoy throws for 287 or more, I will shave my head.
Well, why 287? What's the?
Wait, 287, you will shave your
13
head?
yards away for 300.
287 or more, I will shave my head on next week's show.
Live?
Yeah, I'm working
Let's
from
bring it to
home.
250. Bring it to 250.
Hold on. To the makers of Manscaped who keep on emailing me and then never getting back to me, yes, I would like to become, to have you as an official
And
partner. And I will,
Justin will shave his head when Colt McCoy goes over 250.
I will take your, I will
No,
take
I
your,
didn't say 250. It has to be over 287.
I will take your ball shaver and shave Justin's head if they get 225 more yards passing. Okay. Thank you, Manscaped.
Don't be giving them free stuff if they ain't getting back to you.
Yeah, true.
All right, some other company.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever wants to sponsor,
Oh yeah,
please.
I will definitely.
We will sell out in a second.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're big
We've been doing
shills.
this way too long for that to be selling out.
Yeah, big shills.
I'll be doing energy drinks. I'll be doing.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to bring this up to you because
Sure.
the guy that came on the show
Mhm.
was it PI Sports or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So when I was listening to his thing,
Mhm.
he was calling us the OGs
Oh.
of Giants podcasting.
Oh.
I'm like, you know what? I thought about it for a second. I was like, yeah, we pretty much are. All these new kids are trying to come up.
Listen,
For the old guys, I was the new guys trying to put this thing out crazily.
I'm
Yeah.
not afraid to say this, okay? There's another Justin
Okay.
that covers the Giants
Okay.
on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say his whole name because we don't talk about other shows here.
All right.
But
I'll
that
report.
Justin stole my gig.
He stole your gig?
I'm Justin that covers the Giants on a podcast.
Oh my god.
He saw what I was doing
And ripped right in
and he
there.
made an alter ego, and now he goes by Justin.
No, my lord.
Well, the one guy that was really ripping us off, I got into on Twitter, but he blocked me.
Oh, he literally ripped us off. He changed the name of his podcast.
Did he?
Yeah.
He finally changed it?
Yeah. It's no longer the very close to Bleed Big Blue podcast.
Did you
Yeah.
did you threaten legal action?
No.
I was getting on him every day until he blocked me.
Yeah. Whatever. He's
I was
not
like, dude, stop biting. It's
just
ridiculous.
just like I share anyone's shows. I do anything. I don't care about that. It's just
I'm so
don't completely bite. Just think of a different name.
Exactly.
listen, you guys. I want to ask you a question. Last thing, and then we gotta go.
Sure.
If the Giants go 6-10 and make the playoffs,
You shaving your head too?
no.
Shaving
I
his
mean,
balls.
in that scenario, is there a way that we can get the captain on the show? Because I would want to see his head explode.
Yes.
Oh no, you I'll tell you right now, the second we make playoffs, I am blowing up every contact I have with him. And it was, oh, we made playoffs. Are you mad about that?
Oh man, this is gonna be good. Uh-oh. Breaking news, AEW announces Sting has signed a full-time, multi-year deal with the company. That's your wrestling update. And also,
Okay.
Pat Patterson passed away. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
And also, the Russell Westbrook for John Wall trade happened.
Yes.
Yes.
Big news in the NBA.
Let's see.
See, we're go multi-sports.
Yes.
Wrestling as well.
Sure.
And Undertaker, we'll miss you.
Now that you retired 58 times. And Sting is 65 years old or something. Right?
Well, that's why I laughed that he did a multi-year contract. I understand he's probably going to be like a GM or something like that.
The last time that he wrestled, didn't
his
Seth
leg come
Rollins
off?
break his neck?
Didn't his leg fall off or something?
Yeah, he was supposed to have a
it was
WrestleMania
something
win and
weird.
have break his neck.
I watched it. It was like Survivor Series. I watched it and I thought he died.
That's
where we're going now. By the way, I do want to say AEW is better than WWE right now.
Is it?
Yes.
WWE is struggling.
All the good wrestlers are coming to AEW.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still suck.
Do your boys watch wrestling, Marco? Where do they?
Yeah, they like WWF. WWE.
They do the WWE.
Yeah.
Who's their favorite? Like, who's their guy?
Oh, that's a good question. I think they like Finn Balor.
Okay.
My oldest likes Finn Balor, and my younger one, I don't know. He likes everyone, basically.
Oh,
Okay.
Baylor's garbage. Baylor's garbage. Little dude.
I don't know specifically who he likes. He was a big Cena fan.
So
he should be room for Sheamus.
I get that. So I do get the WWE Network.
Mm-hmm.
I pay the $9.99,
Mm-hmm.
and for reasons that we talked about earlier on the show, Marco.
Right.
My wife goes to bed very early these days,
Okay.
and so I have a lot of time to just watch things that she would have no interest in watching. So I started watching, I started with the 1999 Royal Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just watching all the pay-per-views in order.
From 99 on?
Right. I'm up to
wow.
So I just started this I'll say 3 weeks ago. I'm up to SummerSlam 99. It's a joyous watch.
Where did you start from?
Royal Rumble 99.
Why that specific one?
Because
That's where you left off?
no, because that's when I actually wasn't watching WWE at that time. So it was it's all things that I haven't seen but have heard about.
Right.
But it was also 99 was WrestleMania 15, which was the first Stone Cold Rock WrestleMania, which I also wanted to see. So that's why I started with 99. But I'm going to go all the way through. I'm going to watch all the way through and see how far I can get.
Yeah,
I'll give a challenge out there to the viewers.
I stopped watching.
If you are a WWE fan,
Mhm.
if you look at the old Raws, I'm on one of them, but it's back years ago. It had to be 98 or 99.
When you say you're on it, what does that mean?
I'm in the front row. I'll even say it was in Syracuse.
Mhm.
I'm in the front row. I'm slapping Stone Cold, all that crap.
Okay.
So we got to look for 98, 99 Raws in Syracuse.
98, 99 Monday Night Raw. Got it.
Yep.
Stone Cold.
Challenges out there.
Lou
right.
on Facebook wants Justin to check out Ruthless Aggression Doc.
Yeah, no, the Ruthless Aggression doc is amazing.
Oh, you saw it?
I've watched it.
Done.
Quality television.
I'm trying to think who my youngest. See, my youngest son is like really into it, and I can't think of who his favorite guy will be.
And I just want to put that out there. I was at the WrestleMania in Toronto.
WrestleMania 6.
Oh, not that one. It was when Rock and Hogan fought.
You were at Rock Hogan.
In Toronto? Oh, because you
Yep.
were in Buffalo at the time.
Yep.
So I've been to a bunch of live WWE shows. I was at one pay-per-view, and you guys will remember exactly when this was. It was in Philly. It was Survivor Series in Philly, but it was the game the Giants played against the Titans, the Vince Young Titans. So we're probably talking like 2006. And like it was a heartbreaking loss. They beat us by like 3, but they had a massive comeback in the fourth quarter. You guys remember that game?
Vaguely.
I was so depressed. But then I went to Survivor Series in Philly at the old Wells Fargo Center and watched the Spirit Squad get destroyed by DX.
I have also been the what was it when WCW and WWE they combined? What was that one pay-per-view, Invasion or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you went to
I
that
was
one?
there. I was there in Cleveland. We had I have a buddy who his sister was dating Farouk.
Oh.
Was dating Farouk, and she knew a bunch of she knew like the Hepner twins as far as the refs.
Mm-hmm.
So we get hooked up with tickets all the time.
There you go.
So me and my brother went to a few events, mainly house shows in MSG, because we knew one of the attendants in MSG also worked as Kamala's manager.
Oh, nice.
The guy with the big
Yeah, I know exactly who Kamala is.
no, the manager, but he had the big hat and stuff like
Sure.
that. So,
Okay.
So we used to go down all the time. It was pretty funny, but that guy passed, but it was pretty good. I went to a few pay-per-views.
And when they've been in Buffalo, the funny thing is, I saw Eddie Guerrero, I saw Chris Benoit,
Mm-hmm.
Dean Malenko, and who else was there? It was Perry Saturn.
Yeah, that was when those 4 came in together.
Well, they were all we were all at the bar at the hotel.
WWE and the Giants. Now this is the best podcast ever.
Thank you, Lou.
Little did I know we have to invade into WWE territory.
Yeah, there you go.
We're still fans from anywhere. It's fine.
So I will tell you why AEW sucks, because the Roman Reigns angle is everything else that.
No, I do like Roman Reigns as a bad guy. I think it's perfect.
You know what they're setting that up for?
What happened?
What they're setting that up for?
Yeah, WrestleMania Rock, but they want people there to do it.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we will see.
Oh, it's gonna be. But the thing is, what are you gonna have Rock come in and beat Roman Reigns?
No.
Yeah.
Rock will do the job for Roman Reigns, but it'll still be The Rock, for my money, is still the best modern performer ever. Like,
Well,
he's
Attitude Era was the best. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That whole time was just fun as hell watching it, especially when they were going against WCW. So they had to step it up every week.
Yeah. That's after that is when I stopped watching, like the whole Cena era and CM Punk. I like totally tuned out.
I hate CM Punk. I still hate CM Punk. I think he's boring. But I like Cena. You know what? And first of all, as far as he's just a good guy. I mean, the amount of wishes that he's done is ridiculous.
Yeah. True. Hard to hate on someone who puts it forth. All right, gentlemen. Now I really gotta go.
All right.
Sleep well, guys. Go
Yeah,
Giants.
That was a free extra WWE and AEW update for everyone out there. An extra
Yeah.
half hour, all free. Okay.
Yeah.
A new podcast segment.
No one expected that coming. Threw that curveball right in there. All right,
Yeah.
everyone.
We just got to add wrestling to the end of the shows now.
Yes, I know. We'll do 20 minutes on wrestling. Andrew,
Yeah.
see ya. Lou, see ya. Whoever's still here. Justin, always thank you. Tim, thank you for the big T in the middle of the screen. I'll talk to everyone.
No problem.
Get on video next week. Put some pants on.
Peace out.
I love it.
All right, we are out.